We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now a play fake here on first down. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him do too much.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Baker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Green Bay. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. They'll set up a throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Ethan Evans now. This is taken at the 15. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
18, 5 in. Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
44-yard line.
On the handoff, Benson running right. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the 43-yard line.
They'll go again with Benson. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 79 Broncos.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Panther 11, Panther 11. Go.
Back to throw here. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the...
Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Dragon 60.
They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Benson. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. 19 tight. 19 tight. Warriors 70. Mustang 19. Buffalo 18. Cup 19. Cup 19.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd and 1 now from the 21. A give up the middle with Benson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Firing quickly here. That's complete. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up 2nd down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be 1st because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Go.
They run over center with Benson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Here we go. 70 Rangers, 70 Cougar 19. 18 Pioneer. Let's go.
Now back to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
70 Timberwolves.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Check. Bronco 80. Rig alert.
Benson will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end and come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll look to throw. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Rough incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. He's got it to Williams. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And his throw here is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
On play action, they'll throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 21.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. And the Packers.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Hands it off out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Finds his receiver, Watson. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Baker. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll set up to throw. Well, it's a Packers touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
On the go.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 38 now, here's second down at 7.
Bronco 80. Cowboy 80. 19 Lions. Buffalo 18. Go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Warriors 70, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on fourth down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. They'll complete this one to Watson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Here's Wolford over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more there and another first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now a run, and they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. And that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Let's go. 19 Tiger. Mustang 19.
They'll look to throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Here's second and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up third and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum. by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Dragon 60.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
At the 4-yard line.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense, because they're coming. Has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. Now he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there, as the first half is winding down. And the Packers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Second and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Here we go. Set. Panther 60, Panther 60. Trap 60, trap 60. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 18 Cowboy 80. Buffalo 18.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach. Frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, second and 15.
60 Bobcat, 60 Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Benson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Let's go now. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll throw now on the final play. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Let's go.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Here's a 2nd and 7. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Go, Reed. Go. Ready.
On first down, it's Benson. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey Benson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now Ryland for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And he won't can't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew it's going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
23 yards, the final tally.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Baker. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. That's taken in by Watson. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 21. A gain there of 21 yards. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
Here we go. Set. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
And now a 1st chance for the backup here to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Savion Williams from 19 yards away. And the Packers have moved out in front. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave them up. And that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense? They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They go play action here on first down. That is caught downfield by Harrison. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A give. Here comes Benson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey Benson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from evening this one up. Ryland on for the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this lines up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Norton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down. Norton. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DeMarvion Overshown. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give left side for Benson. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Another run here with Benson. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
70 Rangers, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And Jones has it over the middle. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
They'll look to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Cardinals.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
On the give, it's Benson. And a result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Go, go.
A handoff here to Benson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Caught on the right side by Jones. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
3, ready. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Check. Ready.
Going for it. Here's Benson. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a 1st down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The the sneak successful from a yard out. And the Cardinals have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
A gain of 14.
Come on, come on.
Operating from the gun. Norton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Walford's got it, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action. Norton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up second down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep and you catch him close to the spot.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. That is caught, and he's going to have the Packers first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. credit that sack to Travis Jones.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Packers! A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Point after here coming up. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied fourth quarter as the kick is away here. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up first and 10 here.
Here we go. Shot. 70 Lions. Hey, smash Bronco. Street. Street. Riggs. Riggs. Say hurt. Hurt. Hurt.
The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. 103 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. Now 2nd and 4.
Go, Riggs. Go. Go, Cougar 19. Let go.
Now it's Benson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Right there, hurt. Come on.
Running out of the gun here with Benson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Under 90 seconds to go. Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here. Look to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Trap 60. Trap 60. 19 Lions. Go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 35.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Up the middle they go. Britton. is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
They'll come up now on second down.
Bobcat. Here we go. Here we go. Bronco 80. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Rig alert. Rig alert.
They'll keep it on the ground. Britton. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Cougar 19, W. Timberwolf.
On third down, Britton. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock.
So it all rides now on the foot of the kicker, Chad Ryland.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. So conditioning going to be a factor here. Who can hold up to the test? It's overtime here in week 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have fought hard to reach this point. They've got the ball first. Remember, though, even if they score, it would quiet this crowd, but it doesn't end the game. But a chance to put a solid drive together here and at least get 3 and hopefully for them a touchdown.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
Cut 19. Cut 19. 18. Pioneer.
Second down and inches. Finding Williams once more, complete. 7 catches for him now in this last one, a first down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is, if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get into one of your guys in space. If you make someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
And this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime.
He's got the hat trick. 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out?
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for a nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit, and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Ready? Viking 18. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll find Jones again, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll set up to throw. Left side completion to Jones.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A field goal does nothing. It is touchdown or bust as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. A stop here is a game winner in overtime. Here comes 4th down.
Bronco 80. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. 9 Warrior, 70.
He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And look, both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. Let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So for the Packers, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.